Having created a pivot table, I might find it effective to display the information in a pivot chart. If I click in the pivot table and head to the Pivot Table Tools Options tab in the ribbon, I have in the Tools group a button called Pivot Chart. If I click the pivot chart, I'm then able to choose the type of chart I'd like to show, and I might just stick with clustered column, and I'll click OK. Immediately I've got a pivot chart on my worksheet. If I then drag that pivot chart and position it in a nice place and then resize it by dragging its bottom right corner, I can see the pivot chart more clearly. The beauty of a pivot chart is you can filter a pivot chart. For example, I can see year is able to be filtered. I can see that region and department are able to be filtered. If I wish, I could hit the region drop down and I could filter this chart by region. I'll take off Select All and I'll choose Rotorua, Taupō and Tauranga. When I click OK, those are the three regions I'm seeing. Notice also the pivot table off to the side here is also influenced by the filter I performed on the chart. These two are intrinsically linked. If you filter the pivot chart, you will affect the pivot table, and if you filter the pivot table, you'll affect the pivot chart. If I want to filter out a certain year, I'll click the drop down on year and I'll say 2012. When I click OK, this is the chart for 2012 for the regions Rotorua, Taupō and Tauranga. If I wish to clear the filter, I'll click the year filter and I'll clear the filter from year. If I wish to clear the region filter, I'll click the region drop down and I'll clear the filter from region.